Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I went to see the Odyssey last night in IMAX on opening night and it was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. So I've made some notes. I've taken the night to make some notes and think about it to kind of get my thoughts down, and I've been thinking about it a lot, and I think for me it's probably one of Nolan's strongest films in a while. I like his work, but I'd say this is probably the closest we've had, in my opinion, to another film of the caliber of The Dark Knight. It was excellent. The acting performances across the board were brilliant. For me, Matt Damon was one of the highlights. I thought he was incredible throughout. Anne Hathaway, really, really good, playing the Queen. Jon Bernthal, it's just a small supporting role, but he really does well with the scenes he's given. Tom Holland, this is probably one of the more serious roles Tom Holland's done in a while, and it was good to see him doing something a bit more dramatic, a little bit different to what we're used to from him. Robert Pattinson, of course, Robert Pattinson was excellent. He's great in every film you see him in. The actor who really stole the show for me in his scenes was John Leguizamo, playing this sort of wise sage. He had this really, really good way of commanding the scenes he was in, and every time it was one of his scenes, I found that he really did steal the show. Really, really good acting throughout. Incredible film. It's a very long film, it's a long runtime, but when you consider the tale it's telling, it makes sense why it would be so long. The action and the combat in the film, they flow really well. I did a short video discussing it yesterday, and one of the ways I said was it was almost like a video game in the way that it flows. Every single move, particularly in the Battle of Troy and in the final fight scene, every single move flows so smoothly. It just looked perfect on the big screen. It is a film you kind of have to see in the cinema. You know, I'm really glad I went to the IMAX, because seeing it on the big screen, the sound design is amazing, the music is brilliant. There's one scene in particular, without going into spoilers, it's the scene where Odysseus and his men encounter Circe. It's a genuinely creepy scene. The way that Nolan directs that scene, it feels very much like, for a brief moment, we're no longer watching a sort of action fantasy epic, and in that moment we're watching a really sinister, creepy horror film. And it was a real standout in the film. And it's such a short scene, but it's so impactful. And then a final thought I had about the film was, afterwards I'm thinking, how would this do with awards? Obviously we know Christopher Nolan himself is no stranger to the awards. You know, his films always do well. And I was thinking, what could this film get at an awards? And I'm thinking there is potential Best Actor nomination for Matt Damon, Best Actress for Anne Hathaway possibly. Could there be a Best Supporting Actor nomination for John Leguizamo? He's only in the film a little bit, but what he does in the film is really important and really impactful. I think we could have the Best Score, Best Soundtrack nomination again. Possibly Best Picture, I don't know. It's a tough one with sort of fantasy films, because they don't always do well at the Oscars, with the exception of things like The Lord of the Rings. But this one could be a real sweep at the awards. You know, it could take a lot of awards with it, which would be good to see. Costume designs all looked brilliant. In general, it's just a really good film. Is it going to be for everyone? Probably not, because it is quite long. You know, it's a long film and there's a lot going on that you have to pay attention to. But if you're a fan of fantasy films, absolutely give it a go. If you're a fan of Christopher Nolan films in general, or any of the actors and actresses involved in it, absolutely go and see it. It's definitely a film that benefits from being seen on the big screen, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it does in the future. But I'd be really interested to know what other people think. I know that in general the consensus online has been that it's been a good film. So what did you think? Have you seen it? Did you enjoy it? What did you think about the acting?